Hello. Hello. My name's Peter, and I moved to Stourbridge in 2006, December 2006. Oh damn. Yeah, 2006 I moved here. No I didn't. I'll have to re-record. No I won't. I moved here December 2005 to an Accord house, a flat in residence for people over 60. I was 59 and a half at the time, but they said they'd let me come in, move in, and so I moved here. They said it was for people over 60. There was a lady, they said, living downstairs who was a nurse, and she was very quiet, working regular nights, so I assumed it was a nurse like in her 60s and still working. Anyway, in January, it was quiet over Christmas. In January, oh, the noise from below was atrocious. There was kids screaming, the music was playing loud, and this is in a complex with people, for people over 60. My feelings went out to the lady who lived here previous to me. She must have had hell, and the walls, you can literally hear the people pass wind in the next room, in the next flats. So anyway, I complained. I went downstairs. Actually, I met the lady in there. I went downstairs and knocked on the door. Excuse me. And I said to her, the noise is atrocious. Kids screaming and everything. She said, well, Accord told me I could bring the children here whenever I liked. I said, yes, but you keep, I said, keep within reason, keep your children in check a little bit. Anyway, never stopped. And the son, her son, who's in his 30s, he was coming in at all hours of the night and that. It's supposed to be a single flat for single people, or a married couple, not a family. It says in the contract, no families allowed, but there was a mother and the son and his daughter, the son's daughter, living there. And there was screaming at night time in the bedroom. This is in January 2006. The screaming in the bedroom at night, screaming in the morning, screaming all the time, and the floors, are paper thin. Anyway, I got onto Accord and they said, well, this can't be right. Please do something about it. And so they did. They did. It went quiet for a bit, a couple of days, and then it was back to normal. But the son's only in his 30s, and he lives with his mum. He's lived with her for 4 years now, and they say he doesn't come back. I had a letter from Accord, and they said, oh well, he's moved out now, he's got his own place, but there's goings on, like the coming and going, 2:30 AM in the morning, doors banging, well it won't be the woman coming in, she works funny nights, it's, and coming and going is 2:30 AM in the morning, banging the doors, so it's only the son. He's done it for years. He's lived there for years, he has. I had a word with the lady. I went to arbitration. I've been to arbitration, got nowhere. when I first came here, I did, after about 6 months or so, I caught her in the washroom, and I said, please, can't you just bring, you know, lower the noise, the tone of the noise, the screaming and that, you know. And just to cover myself, I took my little tape and I put it in my top pocket. And the next day I got a telephone call from Accord Housing to saying that she'd made a complaint about me, swearing and shouting and abusive I was to her in the laundry room. I said, well, please take me to court. Ask her to take me to court, as I've got a tape recording of what I did say to her. And they soon shut up then. They didn't know where to put themselves. And the same thing happened not 6 months ago. The same thing. I said something. I went to the, you know, there was a lot of noise downstairs, so I went and spoke, but I didn't go and knock at the door because it was late at night, you know. So I went to the intercom and I said, can you hear noise? Can you hear children screaming? And she said, no, there's nobody, no children here. I said, oh, there must be children on the you know, round the back on the car park screaming. There wasn't, of course. It was coming from her flat. But I didn't say that. But I did take the conversation I had with her and what she said to me, you know. The next day I got another telephone call from Accord. Please do not disturb the lady downstairs. If you want to speak to her, go to her door. And I said, well, I didn't want to go to her door such late at night. And I thought, well, it's safer to go to the intercom and speak on the intercom, with, you know, giving, you know, thinking of her. You know, a man could frighten a person, you know. And so she wasn't alone downstairs. The son was there probably, you know, and the child, you know. Anyway, but this is it, see. The so-called lady that lives down below, who's a nurse and a care assistant. She's not a nurse, she's a care assistant, you know. But that's beside the point, really. Like Accord told me she was a nurse, so Accord lied. But that's not the only thing Accord lies about. They lie about lots of things. It's constant lying. They've intimidated me. They've done everything to get me out of this place. I've got a lovely flat. All I want to do is be left alone. And I believe Accord Housing, its policy is to look after their own. That's what they do. They look after their own, they do. I had the lady, when I went to arbitration, council lady, and she said to me, the council lady, she said, Mrs. Steele, I don't see why I can't say her name, she works for Dudley Council. I said to her, in arbitration officer she is, I said to her, she said, no, beg your pardon, she said to me, if this was a council property, they wouldn't allow what went on down below. And yet Accord Housing let anything go on, as long as it's their family. And family and friends, that's what they look after, family and friends. And it's a charity, you know, a charity. You know what makes me laugh? They're defrauding the Charity Commission because they're telling lies to the Charity Commission. They're no better than these MPs. They're all at it, they are. They're all at it. They just you know, they fob people off, they do. They tell lies. And that's what Accord do.